All right, so the truck has been gone for over 9 weeks now, which made me think to myself, there's got to be some people who have no clue what is done with the truck, and even the people who saw it beforehand, a lot has been done. It's hard to keep track whenever the build went so fast-paced, and whenever it's been gone for so long, people forget. So this is going to be a little bit of an update video, a video to show you everything that is done to the truck. I think I'm going to do it chronologically, which means we have to start with the day I bought it. The day I bought it, there were only 3 mods done to it: 4-inch straight pipe, DEF delete, and a towing tune. Just those 3 things. And it was stock height. It looked like this. So obviously there was a lot to improve upon on this thing. And so I definitely think that I did. It could definitely use a washing right now. The camera is never really good at picking up a lot of things. And one of those things it's not good at picking up wise is the dirt. Yeah, see that? Like, that looks dirty, but it doesn't look that dirty on camera. And so, as you can see, I mean, look at this thing. If you haven't seen it, this is your first time seeing it, there's a lot done. First thing that I did to this was a 6-inch rough country lift. So this lift kit, looking back, I probably shouldn't have done it. It was a $1,200 lift, which for a lot of trucks would be a good price range, which means you're gonna get a good quality lift. But with a diesel truck, a solid front axle and all that, $1,200, I probably should have known that that's a little on the cheap side. And oh, it was. This thing rides horribly. I want you to look at this. So if you see, that's how the lift kit is mounted, just a giant block. The whole lift kit, all the rough country components on it are already starting to rust. Every single one of them is rusting. It's only been 2.5 years since I put it on. No, it's actually been a little less than 2 years since I put the lift kit on, and it's all rusty. You can see this shock here, how it's all rusty and all that. It's 2.5 years old, and what the camera can't pick up is all the rust on this coil spring. It's actually all over it. That little tiny block right there is rusty. It's bad, right? Rough country, I cannot recommend it, especially for a diesel truck, especially for an F-250, actually anything. They have screwed me over so many times. So after I did the rough country lift, I had to match it with some wheels and tires. Now, I'm pointing at these wheels and tires like they were the first ones on the truck, but they weren't. So like I said, it was all stock originally, and so I did a 20 by 10 XD series chrome wheel, which was, if you guys want to look it up, XD20, something like that, I don't remember, but they were the chrome ones that had a -22 offset, so the lip was about that big. That is a -44 offset. There's my hand for reference. Man, that wheel's dirty, I need to clean it. The first wheels I had were wrapped in a Nitto Trail Grappler, a 37 by 1250. So now I have Toyo MTs 37 by 1250, and I wrapped them in the last wheels. When I got the new wheels, because chrome wheels of that small offset didn't stick out very far, they wouldn't have matched this paint. So I got something black, and I went with Drop Stars because Drop Star helped me out and gave me a massive discount. And then on top of that, All Star Off-Road in Orange Park, Florida gave me another massive discount. So I got these wheels for a lot cheaper than normally would pay. I got like $150 off of each wheel. That's how I was able to do it. And so then I just took the tires that were on the chrome wheels, because they're still good condition, as you can see, and I put them on these, and they've been great ever since. I love Toyos. I don't want to go anything else on this truck ever. So yeah, that's kind of the story of the wheels and tires. But then it was time for some engine mods, because the engine to this day is still not where it should be, and one day it will, but it's going to be a while until it's there. So I did the EGR delete on it, because the DEF delete was already done, but the EGR wasn't. The EGR is exhaust gas recirculation. That module is an EPA part, and I got rid of it. So here, let me show you that real quick. Don't worry about these wires, another project I'm working on. Everything's gonna be tidied up and mounted the right way, but for now, that's just what I have. This big space right here is where the EGR unit used to go. It would stick all the way up here. So that EGR unit I had taken out and swapped, and that's what these covers are. They cover the exhaust gas from going out anywhere. And then you tell the computer system to tune it, and then you don't have an EGR system, and then the air can breathe better. So also, in order to make the air breathe better, I did a cool air intake from AFE. I love AFE, we have it on the Raptor. I probably will do AFE on everything I do, unless I go extremely high horsepower, because they're great for applications until you get extreme high horsepower, but that's whenever you get like 800 horsepower, 900,000, that's where AFE kind of goes out the window. After that, I want you to picture the truck white and tan, chrome front end, chrome, everything chrome, right? I went on ahead and did Whirlifab custom traction bars. These are 68-inch powder coated candy red, and I chose the candy red on those before I even knew that we were doing red in the paint job, and before I knew that we were doing red tow hooks, any of that. And so that was kind of the birth of how the paint job went. One day I wanted to try something different, and the exhaust used to stick out right here, and I decided to cut it and dump it like so. And that's why the exhaust tip is sticking down. That exhaust tip was the same exhaust tip I used to have that was chrome, and I had it stripped and ceramic coated to be black. So then that was all just kind of like performance stuff here and there. I fixed a few leaks the truck had, and there's still more to fix, which I'll probably be fixing one tomorrow. So subscribe so you can see tomorrow's video. Another thing is the front end was horrendous. I mean, it was all chrome, but outside of the stock look, which some people like stock look, so I can't really say horrendous because of that. While I'm saying horrendous, I mean the headlights were all foggy and dinged out. There were holes in the back from a little bump with a UPS truck. This side of the bumper was all destroyed and mangled. So I had the front and rear bumper sandblasted bare metal, and then I took them to Visual Effects before we did the big paint job, and I had them painted. So in the meantime, while I was doing that, I went on ahead and did the tow hooks, have them stripped. Those are the stock tow hooks, the chrome stock tow hooks. I had them stripped and then done in this nice candy red to match the traction bars, which then in turn matched the paint. So this is all still before the paint. Then something had to be done about the headlights, so I got these from Redline 360. I have a few complaints about them, like the back, whenever you adjust the headlights, there's no seal, so every now and then they still build up dirt and water inside, but it's not really that big of a deal. It's not that bad. The running lights on these are super bright. I'll show you guys in a nighttime video, so subscribe so you can see that. I love those headlights though overall. The inside of this grille, here, and here are all new pieces. This part of the grille, all in there, is the old grille I used to have. So what I did is I pretty much took the entire grille apart, took that base, I spray painted it gloss black, but it looks just like I didn't. Then I added this piece, added this piece, added this piece, and this piece to get rid of the chrome. I ordered a custom emblem from some random dude in Illinois. It didn't fit. I made it fit with an angle grinder. The rear completely doesn't fit, so I had to get all new rear emblems. It was a no return policy. Not gonna do that again. Then the grille shell. This is actually part of the grille, not the actual truck itself. Is white. Visual Effects did that. The first time I saw that is whenever I saw the whole entirety of the paint. So that's pretty much the front end. That's how the whole entire front end went down. So now we know how the wheels went down, we know how the lift went down, we know how the front end went down, we know how the traction bars and the engine stuff went down. Let's go to the rear, because the rear is pretty much the same story with the bumpers. And yes, I'm gonna be fixing these. I have the little plastic covers, but I took them off whenever I did that. So they're in the garage, just need to get to that one day. The tailgate. The tailgate is, oh, you can see my reflection in it. Hi, how y'all doing? So the tailgate was destroyed right here, the old one. It was down like this, and we hit a wall with it like this. And so it didn't turn out too great because it crunched the tailgate in. Also, it just had scratches and dents and all that, and it was beyond fixing, to quote the paint guy. So we ordered a new tailgate, and the cool thing about this tailgate is it's not a stock tailgate. As you can see, there's no Super Duty letters because you can't get copyright for that. And so the company had to make their own thing. But see this line right here that goes along and under here? If you look at a tailgate from a 2011 and 2012 F-250, that you won't have that little design line, nor this one. If you look at one that's like a 2015, 16, you know, around those years, maybe 14, it does have that. So kind of gives the truck, if you really know your truck stuff. So this tailgate was like 400 bucks or something like that. Visual Effects went on ahead and put that in and painted it to match the bumper, match the sides of the truck. That's pretty much everything that led to the paint job happening. There was a few things here and there over the past 2 years, like that brake caliper went out and it spewed fluid everywhere. I had to get it fixed. There was a coolant leak on the turbo. That turbo is absolutely horrible. I'm just being real. So the 2011 and 2012 F-250s have a horrible turbo. Probably one of the worst turbos in a diesel truck ever. Okay, like seriously. The inlet's about that big and the turbine is about that big also. And so it's extremely small. The turbo is made primarily out of aluminum, which you can guess that would break apart inside that. A turbo needs to be steel or other components, not aluminum. It does about 20 to 30 PSI, and for you tuner guys, remember this is diesel. We have different rules in this world. So it does about 20 to 30 PSI, and the truck wants to run at about 60 or 70. So the engine isn't getting what it wants, but the turbo is getting too much because my tunes put it up to 35, and with the exhaust and all that, it gets it up to 35. So I'm on the verge of blowing my turbo because too much pressure, but my engine isn't getting what it wants. So it's just a bad combination. Ford did a horrible job at picking that turbo for it. And then this turbo is only in the 2011 and 2012. It sounds awesome. I will give it that. Everybody loves the sound of this turbo, but is the sound really worth it? Because it breaks up so bad. It's a really bad design. Big thing. All right, we're getting to the paint job now. This paint job is an $8,000 paint job. We didn't pay anywhere near that. Just to be real, 1,900 bucks. That is because we are friends with the owner of Visual Effects Paint Job, and Paul, the owner of it, he hooked us up. There's a lot of factors there that I don't want to go into, but we paid $1,900 for an $8,000 paint job. He also added an extra clear coat to give it more of a gloss, also just to bury the stripes and all that. You can kind of see the difference right here. There's no extra clear coat, and I can feel the difference. There, I can't feel anything. So clear coat was an extra $1,000, so now we're looking at $9,000. Then there was more body work than he expected, so there's $10,000. And then this door didn't lock, and so they had to line up the new body line because someone had taken a screwdriver, tried to break into it right there and break it. So that was, and then all the components inside, and that cost more than he expected. So that was an extra $1,000, so now we're at $11,000. And then there were just things here and there that he wasn't expecting, like the tailgate and all that. So now the tailgate was $500 or $400. The painting, it takes it to $500 or $600. And then there's just little nickel dime things here left and right that caused it to be up to like $12,000 paint job for $1,900. It was really an awesome deal, and it was a once in a lifetime thing. So go on ahead and go check out the Instagram of Visual Effects. It's right here. If you need anything painted, I'm telling you, they're the best. They know exactly what they're doing. They can hook you up, and they hooked me up. They hooked us up. This is our channel, guys. You know, they hooked us up. Now we have great content because of them. So this was just a little bit of an update video, to let you know what is exactly on the truck. So, you know, you can tell people, I don't know. I know there's a lot of questions about it all the time. Every time I see people around, they're like, hey, what'd you do to the truck, blah, blah, blah. Well, if I run into them again, I'm just gonna refer them to this video. So if anyone asks you, refer them to this video. With that being said, there's a lot more we're doing to this truck. Go on ahead and check out and browse the rest of the channel. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, like, dude, just do everything you physically can, okay? Everything you can do to this video. Just go ahead and do it. Share it, I don't know. Just do something. Let's blow up this channel already. With that being said, thanks for stopping into the Bridges YouTube channel. Go and subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm out.